What if the reason you're not getting what you want isn't because you're not trying hard enough, but because your mind is too noisy to receive it? The moment you learn to calm your mind, life begins to change in ways you never imagined. Welcome back to Stoic Ascension. If you're ready to master your mind, attract peace, and create the life you truly desire, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment below, and share this video with someone who needs it. Now let's begin. Most people spend their lives chasing happiness, success, and fulfillment. They run faster, work harder, stress more, worry constantly. Yet the more they chase, the further these things seem to move away. The Stoics understood a secret that many people still fail to realize today. The mind creates the quality of your life. A restless mind creates a restless life. A peaceful mind creates a peaceful life. When your mind becomes calm, focused, and disciplined, opportunities become easier to recognize. Solutions appear where problems once stood. Your actions become stronger. Your decisions become wiser. And slowly, the things you desire begin to move toward you. This is what many people call manifestation. Not magic. Not wishful thinking. But the natural result of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Today, we're exploring the Stoic principles that help you relax your mind and manifest everything that truly belongs in your life. Stop fighting what you cannot control. The first reason most minds remain exhausted is simple. People fight reality. They fight traffic. They fight delays. They fight criticism. They fight the past. They fight things they cannot change. And every battle drains their energy. The Stoics taught that peace begins when you separate what is within your control from what is outside it. You cannot control what others think. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot control the weather, luck, or circumstances. But you can control your response. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. And that's enough. There was once a farmer whose crops were destroyed by a violent storm. His neighbors spent weeks complaining. They cursed their luck. They blamed the weather. The farmer simply nodded and began planting again. When asked why he wasn't angry, he replied, "The storm has already happened. My suffering begins only if I refuse to accept it." Months later his fields flourished while others were still trapped in resentment. The lesson is clear. The faster you accept reality, the faster you regain your power. A relaxed mind doesn't resist what is. It works with what is. And that's when progress begins. Silence the voice of overthinking. Overthinking is one of the greatest thieves of peace. Many people spend hours replaying conversations, analyzing mistakes, imagining disasters, creating problems that don't exist. The mind becomes a prison. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself not to let imagination create unnecessary suffering. Most of what we fear never happens. Yet we suffer as if it already has. Imagine a young man who wanted to start a business. For years he planned. He researched. He worried. He waited for the perfect moment. Every day he imagined new risks. New failures. New reasons not to begin. Meanwhile another person started with little knowledge and learned through action. Years later the second person succeeded while the first remained trapped in thought. Why? Because action beats overthinking. Every time. The Stoic solution is simple. When your thoughts become endless, return to the present moment. Ask yourself, what can I do right now? Focus on the next step. Not the next 100 steps. A calm mind acts. An anxious mind delays. And manifestation requires movement. Let go of the need for approval. One of the heaviest burdens a person can carry is the need to be liked by everyone. People change their opinions. Hide their true selves. Avoid risks. Remain silent. All because they feared judgment. The Stoics considered this a form of slavery. If your happiness depends on other people's opinions, you are no longer free. There was a talented artist who never shared his work. Every painting remained hidden. Why? Because he feared criticism. One day an elderly mentor told him, "You are allowing imaginary opinions to control a real life." The words hit hard. The artist finally shared his work. Some people loved it. Some didn't. But his life changed forever because he stopped seeking universal approval. The truth is this. People will judge you no matter what you do. So you might as well become who you truly are. The moment you stop living for approval, your mind becomes lighter. And when your mind becomes lighter, your confidence grows. That confidence attracts opportunities that fear never could. Master your emotions instead of obeying them. Most people allow emotions to control their lives. If they feel motivated, they work. If they feel discouraged, they quit. If they feel angry, they react. If they feel afraid, they retreat. The Stoics taught something different. Feel the emotion. But do not become the emotion. A wise sailor cannot control the ocean. But he can control the sail. There was a businessman who lost a major contract worth thousands of dollars. His competitors celebrated. His employees panicked. Yet he remained calm. Instead of reacting emotionally, he asked, "What is the lesson hidden in this setback?" That question changed everything. Months later he secured an even better opportunity. The loss that seemed devastating became the doorway to greater success. Emotional control creates clarity. Clarity creates better decisions. Better decisions create better results. And better results shape your future. Find peace in solitude. Many people are afraid to be alone. They constantly seek distraction. Noise. Entertainment. Validation. But the Stoics valued solitude because it allows the mind to reset. A quiet mind hears truths that a busy mind misses. Marcus Aurelius spent time alone reflecting on his thoughts despite ruling an empire. He understood that self-awareness creates strength. Imagine a woman who felt overwhelmed by life. Every free moment was spent scrolling social media. Watching videos. Consuming endless information. One day she decided to spend 30 minutes alone each morning. No phone. No music. Just silence. At first it felt uncomfortable. But gradually she noticed something. Her anxiety decreased. Her focus improved. Her decisions became clearer. The answers she was searching for had been inside her all along. The world becomes loud. But wisdom grows in silence. Trust the process of life. Many people become frustrated because life isn't moving fast enough. They want success today. Results today. Transformation today. When progress seems slow, they become discouraged. The Stoics understood that nature operates on timing. Seeds do not become trees overnight. Growth requires patience. There was a bamboo farmer who watered his crop every day. For years nothing seemed to happen. No visible growth. No results. Many people would have quit. But he continued. Then suddenly the bamboo shot upward rapidly. What looked like no progress was actually preparation happening beneath the surface. Life often works the same way. The opportunities you seek may already be forming. The skills you're building may already be preparing you. The growth you're experiencing may already be shaping your future. Trust the process. Your job is effort. The outcome arrives in its own time. Gratitude attracts abundance. A restless mind focuses on what's missing. A peaceful mind appreciates what's present. The Stoics practiced gratitude regularly because it changes perspective. Instead of seeing lack, you begin seeing abundance. There was a man who constantly complained. His house wasn't big enough. His salary wasn't high enough. His life wasn't good enough. One day he lost nearly everything during a financial crisis. Suddenly he realized how much he had taken for granted. The simple things became valuable. Family. Health. Food. Shelter. The ability to wake up each morning. His gratitude transformed his outlook completely. Ironically, once he became grateful, opportunities seemed to appear everywhere. Not because the world changed. Because he changed. Gratitude opens your eyes to possibilities. And possibilities lead to action. Detach from outcomes. This is perhaps one of the most powerful Stoic lessons. Work hard. Give your best. But release your attachment to specific outcomes. Why? Because attachment creates anxiety. The more desperately you need something, the more fear enters your mind. Fear clouds judgment. A Stoic focuses on effort. Not obsession. Imagine an archer aiming at a target. He practices. He prepares. He takes careful aim. But once the arrow leaves the bow, many factors influence where it lands. The wind. Distance. Conditions. His responsibility ends when he releases the arrow. Life works the same way. Give your best effort. Then let go. Paradoxically, this relaxed state often produces better results. Because you're no longer operating from fear. You're operating from confidence. Become the person who deserves the life you want. Many people focus only on what they want. Few focus on who they must become. The Stoics believed character creates destiny. Want success? Become disciplined. Want respect? Become honorable. Want peace? Become wise. There was a young man obsessed with becoming wealthy. He spent years chasing money. Yet nothing changed. Then he shifted his focus. Instead of asking, "How do I get rich?" he asked, "How do I become valuable?" He developed skills. Improved his habits. Strengthened his character. Eventually success followed naturally. Life often rewards who you become more than what you chase. The fastest way to manifest a better future is to become a better person. Live fully in the present moment. The mind constantly travels. Into the regrets of yesterday. Or the worries of tomorrow. Rarely does it stay here. Now. Yet the present moment is where life actually exists. The Stoics repeatedly emphasized the importance of focusing on today. Not next year. Not next month. Today. A grandfather once sat with his grandson near a river. The boy worried about school. His future. His responsibilities. The old man smiled and pointed at the water. "See that river?" The boy nodded. "You can only touch the water that's passing by right now. Not yesterday's water. Not tomorrow's water." The lesson stayed with him forever. Life happens in the present. Peace exists in the present. Power exists in the present. The more you live here, the calmer your mind becomes. Create inner peace and watch life change. At the end of the day, manifestation begins inside. Not outside. The world reflects your internal state more than you realize. A peaceful mind notices opportunities. A disciplined mind takes action. A grateful mind attracts positivity. A focused mind creates results. This is the Stoic path. Not chasing endlessly. Not forcing outcomes. Not living in fear. But becoming calm, clear, and strong. Because when your mind is at peace, your actions improve. When your actions improve, your life improves. And when your life improves, the things you once chased often arrive naturally. O Utero. Remember this. You don't manifest everything by stressing about everything. You manifest more by calming your mind, controlling your thoughts, and aligning your actions with wisdom. The quieter your mind becomes, the louder your results speak. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below and tell us. Which Stoic lesson are you going to practice today? Before you leave, here's one final story that perfectly captures the power of a relaxed mind. There was once a young man who spent years chasing success. Every morning he woke up anxious. Every night he went to bed worried. He constantly compared himself to others. Whenever someone succeeded, he felt behind. Whenever something went wrong, he panicked. His mind never rested. One day he met an elderly philosopher sitting quietly beneath a tree. The old man looked peaceful, calm, completely at ease. The young man asked, "How do you stay so relaxed when life is full of problems?" The philosopher smiled. He picked up a glass of water and handed it to the young man. "Hold this." The young man held the glass. After a minute, the philosopher asked, "Is it heavy?" "Not really," he replied. After 10 minutes, the philosopher asked again. The young man's arm began to ache. "It feels heavier now." After an hour, the young man could barely hold it. The philosopher then said, "The weight never changed. What changed was how long you carried it." The young man finally understood. Many of the things that exhaust us are not problems themselves. They are thoughts we refuse to put down. Old regrets. Future worries. Past failures. Imaginary fears. We carry them day after day until they become unbearable. The philosopher continued. Peace comes when you learn what to release. That lesson transformed the young man's life. He stopped carrying every mistake. He stopped reliving every embarrassment. He stopped worrying about every possible future. Instead, he focused on what he could do today. One day at a time. One action at a time. One moment at a time. Years later, people looked at his life and called him successful. They admired his confidence, his wealth, his peace, his wisdom. But they never saw the real secret. His success began the day he stopped carrying unnecessary mental weight. And the same can happen for you. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Today. Because the life you want may not require more effort. It may require less resistance. Less overthinking. Less fear. Less attachment. Less noise. The Stoics knew something profound. When the lake is disturbed, you cannot see the bottom. When the lake becomes still, everything becomes clear. Your mind is the same. If you constantly stir it with anxiety, comparison, anger, and worry, clarity disappears. But when you relax your mind, answers begin to emerge. Solutions appear. Opportunities become visible. And life starts moving in a new direction. Not because the world changed. Because you changed. So from this moment forward, remember these simple truths. Control what you can. Accept what you cannot. Let go of what no longer serves you. Trust the process. Practice gratitude. Master your emotions. Live in the present. And above all, protect your peace. Because a peaceful mind is one of the most powerful forces in the world. The person who conquers their own mind can accomplish things that once seemed impossible. And that person can be you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Before we end, there is one final Stoic truth that many people spend their entire lives discovering. The day everything changes is rarely dramatic. There are no fireworks. No grand announcement. No magical moment where the universe suddenly rewards you. Instead, change begins quietly. It begins the day you decide that your peace is more valuable than your worries. It begins the day you stop arguing with reality. It begins the day you stop seeking approval from people who were never meant to understand your journey. It begins the day you realize that your greatest battle has never been with the world. It has always been with your own mind. There was once an old stonecutter who spent his days breaking rocks beneath the hot sun. The work was difficult. The pay was small. Every day he watched wealthy merchants pass by and wished he had their lives. One afternoon he said, "If only I were rich, then I would finally be happy." As the years passed, he became consumed by envy. Nothing was ever enough. No matter what he achieved, his mind always wanted more. One day, an old traveler noticed his frustration. The traveler asked, "What are you searching for?" The stonecutter replied, "Happiness." The traveler smiled. "And where have you been looking?" The stonecutter pointed toward the city. The traveler shook his head. "That is why you have not found it." The stonecutter looked confused. The traveler then tapped him gently on the chest. "Everything you seek begins here." Years later, the stonecutter finally understood. The peace he wanted wasn't hidden in wealth. The confidence he wanted wasn't hidden in status. The fulfillment he wanted wasn't hidden in possessions. It was hidden beneath layers of fear, comparison, and unnecessary desire. Once he removed those layers, peace appeared. Not because it arrived. Because it had always been there. And perhaps that's true for you as well. Maybe the strength you seek is already within you. Maybe the confidence you seek is already within you. Maybe the peace you seek is already within you. The Stoics believe that every person possesses an inner fortress. A place that cannot be touched by criticism. Cannot be damaged by failure. Cannot be shaken by uncertainty. Most people never enter that fortress because they spend their lives chasing things outside themselves. But the moment you turn inward, everything changes. You discover that calm is stronger than chaos. Patience is stronger than panic. Wisdom is stronger than emotion. And discipline is stronger than motivation. From that day forward, your life begins moving differently. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop complaining. You start building. You stop chasing. You start attracting. Because a relaxed mind sees possibilities that a stressed mind overlooks. A peaceful mind makes decisions that an anxious mind cannot. And a disciplined mind creates opportunities that luck alone never could. So whenever life feels overwhelming, remember this. You do not need to control everything. You only need to control yourself. You do not need all the answers today. You only need the next step. You do not need to predict the future. You only need to act wisely in the present. That is the Stoic way. Simple. Powerful. Timeless. And if practiced daily, it can transform your entire life. As you leave this video, carry these words with you. The mind is a garden. Whatever you water will grow. Water fear, and fear will grow. Water doubt, and doubt will grow. Water gratitude, discipline, courage, and peace, and your life will begin to reflect those qualities. Choose carefully what you feed your mind. Because your thoughts become actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits become character. And your character becomes destiny. Thank you for being part of the Stoic Ascension community. If you found value in today's message, make sure to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Stoic Ascension for more life-changing Stoic wisdom. Leave a comment below. I choose peace over worry. Read a few comments from others and encourage someone on their journey. Remember, we're all climbing the same mountain, one step at a time. Until next time. Guard your mind. Strengthen your character. Trust the process. And keep ascending.